Come on, everybody. Here we go. Come on. The stars of Newcastle have joined us. So we've got Dan Burn, manager Eddie Howe, Alexander Isak. Congratulations, guys. It is so good to have you with us. Thank you so much. How does it feel to give this gift to these fans?
It feels amazing. Absolutely, one of the best days, I'm sure, of all of our careers to win here in front of the supporters, the number, and also the people at home. It means so much to the city of Newcastle.
No, I'm going to go, so first and foremost, wow, because to do that to Liverpool, and I always say to, now I want to be with you now. I always say that people always talk about team being controlling the game in possession. You control the game also off the ball. I mean, they didn't have anything apart from the end, and we're not going to talk about what Gulmaris did because I was filming over there. I'm sure you were also filming. But I like the way this man over there was sliding on Mo Salah to make sure that Livramento could attack is what for me is their weak side. It's also their best side, but when you can attack that side, they're weak. Was that planned?
Yeah, I mean that was the plan for Dan to slide across on Salah. I think you're right. It wasn't the best football game, pure football game, but I thought we were excellent off the ball today. It always starts with this man up front. It always does. As good as he is, really is as good as the team is off the ball. And then you work your way back through the team. And Dan did a brilliant job on Salah because we know that he's not just a threat with the ball. He's actually very good from direct play. And he gave us a problem at Anfield, holding the ball up and shielding the ball and aerially. So I thought Dan managed that really well, and yeah, as you say, it wasn't until the end that we came under pressure, really.
Let's get to the goals. Come on, talk us through your goal. Come on.
Let's go to the goal.
Big Dan Burn, come on. This header. Do you know what I mean? Look at the size of you. Come on. Mickey, roll Red Bull here. Unbelievable. Look at your concentration. You ready? Look at the movement. Look.
Great.
How did that feel?
Yeah, mate, as soon as I headed it, I knew it was in, but I've been due on this season, so I'm glad I've finally managed to get one.
Wow.
We've been working on it.
He's not giving himself enough credit. That is an unbelievable header.
Yeah, it is.
From that distance.
The ball wasn't bad, to be fair, but still.
Yeah. Trips never lets you down with his delivery, and Dan's had mixed success, I'll say, in training this week.
I'll be happy with
but in the big moment, he's delivered an unbelievable goal for the football club.
I mean, Alexander, first and foremost, I got to flex my Swedish. Humurdu.
Mycket bra. Mycket bra.
International, you know. Anyway, let's go back to the game. No, seriously, joking aside.
I'm the language guy. Come on.
No, don't hate. No, joking aside. Look, your coach just said it. Forget about the going and faking going and going in behind. Gabriel, you gave him that the whole time at Arsenal, and you guys worked on obviously attacking their left-hand side, but the way you press, this is what I wanted to talk, because a lot of people talk about players being complete because they can do everything on the ball. You are complete for me because also off the ball you do a lot, but also you're going to have to talk about your goal and what you felt at that moment.
Yeah, no, it was, as you said, probably first half I wasn't too involved in the game, but we've been speaking about details, and it really comes down to the game plan that the gaffer set up. And I think I executed it in a good way. And these games are about details and about moments. So I knew my moment would come. And yeah, I scored it, and the feeling was incredible. Hey,
boss, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
Wait. I don't see my goal. Ooh, wee.
Very nice. Yes.
I love it.
Yeah. I just had to anticipate, and
if you had been watching our pregame, you would have heard Micah describe you as a young Thierry Henry. Do you like the comparison? I said in our pregame, Micah described you as a young Thierry Henry.
Yeah, I think that's a stretch.
No, it's not, man.
I think you need to do more, but yeah, it feels good to hear.
Yeah?
Obviously, yeah.
I know you want to get away, but we've got to do your dance before you go.
Oh, why not?
Come on, let's do it. How do we go again? Do it.
Michael will do anything.
Do it, man.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Congrats, Dan. Well done.
Get yourself back in the Champions League. We want you next season.
What a game.
Come on.
Well done. Woo.
Very nice.
But I just just want to give him his moment with his, friends and family. It's such a magic moment for him. So
would you always know where your friends and family were sitting in games like this?
Never. I never used to speak to my friends and family before games. I was locked in. I was zoned in.
Is that unusual for a player?
I don't know. I don't know about for you, Thierry, but I just
very unusual.
Oh, really?
Very unusual.
Maybe I got friends.
Our family.
Problem.
We're going to take you through the action from this game.
Nice.
And let's go through the goals in order. Let's start off with Dan Burns. What a goal this was to open it up 1-0 and from him.
Brilliantly. And I think we've talked about the header. But I want to talk about the ball in from Trippier. If you look at the way he's hitting them with fade. And the reason why I believe he's putting him so high is because Dan Burns so much taller than anyone. And the way he just guides it. I mean, that is an unbelievable cross.
He did it 4 times in the first half because they realized that McAllister was defending on Dan Burn, and there's no way. First and foremost, you can't grab anymore, as we all know. So how are you going to stop Dan Burn when the ball is in the air like that? It's virtually impossible. He won one before. I think one he nearly touched, and the fourth one went in.
But when the ball's floated like that, it's very hard to get the pace on it. You've got to have like a bullet ever. That's why you've seen so many in-swingers, so you can just touch it.
Yeah, but did you see the little curve he made
little fake,
to be able to attack it properly?
Amazing, bro.
It's very rare.
You had that in your locker.
I had that.
Okay.
Dicky today, no roll rate. Okay.
No Dicky today. It's rare, isn't it, that you have one of your best performances in one of your biggest games, and that kind of feels like what happened for him today.
Yeah.
No. This guy has been playing well for a very long time. You have to give him his credit, and because it's a big occasion, he will go down in history.
Right.
He's been playing well for a long time, and sometimes I'm very sorry. It's not because the game is big that suddenly his performance is big. He's been playing well for a long time.
No, but can it be harder to have those good performances in big games? That's what I'm trying to say.
That's a different ball game, yes. But this guy has been a solid 7 or 8 out of 10 all the time. This is for him, and where he's from. That's a 10. That's a 10.
Yeah?
That's a 10.
You give him a 10 too?
That's a 10, yes.
A 10. I'll give him a 10, 100%. And I'll give him 11 if he comes and speaks to us. Bring it in, baby. How you doing?
Kieran, congratulations, mate. Well done.
Yeah, I think he's standing there next to Kate and Thierry.
Have we got a microphone for you? That's Thierry's.
He's got one.
You've got one. I'm sorry. Congratulations. How good does this feel?
No, it feels great. When I first arrived at the club, it was questioned, shall we say. But, I worked with the manager before. I know what he expects, demands, and I said I want to help the club build, not just myself personally, but finally we've got a winner's medal.
When you say there were questions, do you mean you had questions too at that point?
No, I think people question why Newcastle, leaving Atletico Madrid. But I have no regrets in my career. Except for Mike, I couldn't get in Man City. I had to leave.
Can you explain to people that I was actually a good footballer on this show?
He's a decent player.
I want to ask you about your corners. So normally we've seen you whip him, but you went on the outside lofted swerve. What was the reason for that today?
Well, we work a lot on set plays, and Van Dijk's the biggest threat. So goal, and we tried to exploit the back post. And sometimes it came on, and to be fair, I'm surprised Liverpool didn't change. But, he's a bit nervy at the end. We've all been in games like that where he's twitchy, but I'm delighted for everybody in the football club.
That's first and foremost well done, because it doesn't matter. We're going to see first of all that goal that you put in the air that will go down in history.
Look at the swerve that
to be fair to Dan Burn, he did attack that well. That's a hell of a header. The ball was outstanding, don't get me wrong. But what I wanted to talk about is that the tactic that you guys did, and I don't want to. Was it a thing? Because if I'm playing against Liverpool, I would try to attack actually their good side.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot, and you have to be brave. Go man for man at times. Of course, we had to push Tino on, put Bernie on Salah, because
so you could go. Yes.
Could go. So Bernie's a big threat. Because Salah's so good at controlling the ball, and it's just about fine margins, and the manager done it all week, and it's about believing in what the manager wants and putting it on the pitch.
That's exactly what happened on the second goal. Bernstein, Livramento went 1-2, Gravenberch cannot cover because Salah stayed up, and then the rest is history, right?
Salah's so, one of the best in the world.
No, you have to keep him. You have to stay with him.
You have to try and limit, Van Dijk, the big diagonal, which he always does to Salah. Trying to stop their threats, but Liverpool are unbelievable sides. But I just think we played well today, and we thought we matched them man for man. One
last thing, because that was although I'm not at the level of your coach, but I do coach from time to time. My first reaction, and I think, listen, he is brilliant. He is an outstanding player. But let's be honest, what did you think when Guimaraes does the Zidane turn in midfield, when he could have played that ball and you could have gone on the counter?
Was that Bruno?
Yes. He goes to, thank you. No, wait.
I was fuming.
I'm going to be honest. Thank you, yes.
No, because of course, in moments like this, it's about game management, and just one simple pass and he's through on goal. But can't blame Bruno. It's been unbelievable for us.
No, this is what I'm saying. I was streaming over there, but he's been outstanding. I was just hoping for you that. What about if they make it 2-2?
Yeah, I was struggling.
Just one more from me. Your career has been real. I would say tough at the start. Obviously, what happened at City. Then you go to Burnley. Then you go to Spurs. Then you go to Atletico. Then you have that unbelievable free kick for England. You've had some great moments in your career. You must be so proud of it now.
I have no regrets. Even when I was at Man City, when all the money came in, I went to Barnsley, get experience. And like I said, throughout my whole career, I have no regrets. And when I signed for Newcastle when they were 19th, people think it was about money, etc. I took less money to come in. That's what people don't realise. So it's not all about money in football. I wanted to come back to the north for my family, which is the most important thing.
Can I ask you a question about your family, and then we'll let you go? Because last time we were with you in person with St James's Park, the Champions League game, we saw your family, your son, cutest kid in the stadium. And we were just talking to Micah, and he said, I never even used to speak to my family or friends before a game. Are you the same, or did you know where your family was sitting? Did you give them a wave?
This is a big thing. Before the last cup final, it was emotional for a lot of players. Tickets, etc. It's a nightmare.
Correct.
So we changed hotel, we stayed at the Hilton, now we stayed at the Grove. And I just think we've been in this position before, and it was so much more relaxed in a hotel. And but you got your phone off. You've got to turn it off.
Did you?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Okay.
Yeah, but you knew where they're sitting.
Thank you, Kier.
No, I actually don't know where to sit.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I actually don't know where to sit.
We'll go find him. Enjoy yourself. Thank you so much.
¿Cómo está tu castellano?
Muy mal.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you. All right, guys, we're going to go to
tears of sadness 2 years ago, tears of absolute joy now. How does it feel?
73 years. It's a lot for these guys. They deserve everything. When I first came here, I said, I want to put my name in the club's history. And that's it. After 73 years, we can now say we are the champions again. The fans deserve everything. It's one of the best days of my life.
They had already taken you to their hearts, but look behind you. Look at what you've done for them.
I don't have any words. It's one of the best days of my life. They deserve it. I said, for them, this is like the World Cup. People's died, people's growing up, and they have not seen Newcastle champions, and now they are seeing, we are here to make history. I'm very happy. My first year as a captain of this club, and this is one of the best days. The team, the fans, the owners, we deserve this, man. We deserve. Look at this. This is unbelievable.
And just lastly, look, you came here without a word of English, maybe not knowing so much about the club, but you've made yourself a Newcastle hero. Your boys were born in the city. How much do you care about them?
This is my second home. Since when I signed for the club, from the relegation, Champions League, and now champions. I think we are making history. Someday when I will leave this club, I want the fans sing my name the same they do to Shearer today. When we have seen him in the telly today, gave you his power. He texted me before the game. That's it. I'm so emotional today.
Well done. You're a hero now.
Thank you.
And Liverpool are already up, going to pick up their runners-up medals. And Jamie Carragher it wasn't their day at all today, was it? It never really got going.
No, I mean, Newcastle didn't just win today, they battered Liverpool, really, and they should have been 3 or 4-0. Liverpool got, a consolation at the end. I find it difficult to be too critical, considering, what this team have sort of looking like they will go on to achieve this season, which was something that probably not many people expected. But, Liverpool were poor in Paris Saint-Germain, but you can understand in terms of the opposition they were against. Newcastle are a good Premier League team, but they've absolutely wiped the floor with them, and Liverpool's legs have just run out of steam, and just from their point of view, thankfully they've got a decent lead in the Premier League, and hopefully they'll be able to see that home.
We'll talk a lot more about Liverpool in a little while. The cheers you can hear are because the pictures you are seeing, the Newcastle fans are seeing as well. So they saw the engraver Les putting Newcastle United onto the trophy. They see Dan Burn holding up his winners 25 shirt, which has got Sam Fender written underneath as well. They are seeing exactly what people are seeing at home.
Yeah, no, fantastic. They've waited a long time. And we spoke about at the start of the show, 70 years since they last tasted victory here at Wembley, and they're going to enjoy this. They're going to stay here. I don't think we'll get out of Wembley tonight. I'm not sure we'll get out of London tonight, but they deserve their celebrations today.
Look, if you are connected to Liverpool, this is a disappointing afternoon. But aside from that, you'd either have to have a heart of stone or be a Sunderland fan to not feel some kind of warmth and joy for the fans in particular of this football club.
Absolutely, Mark. They've had a lot of pain. They've had to really suffer. They've been at Wembley many times and things haven't gotten their way, not performed at this level. I think Shay said it right at the start of the show. He said it just feels different this time. 2 years ago they were here. It was almost like they were making up the numbers. But from minute one, I remember Bruno Guimaraes running onto the pitch before the game started. I was like, wow, he means business. And so did his team. They won every second ball. They were much better in possession. They got all the right details of the set pieces. They exploited Liverpool's weaknesses, and they were fantastic today. I must admit, so you have to congratulate them. Liverpool hopefully will, obviously I'd love to see them get that league title wrapped up, but you have to congratulate what Newcastle have done. They were magnificent today.
Did it surprise you? I mean, Jamie Carragher said they battered Liverpool today. Did it surprise you how dominant they were for large periods of that game?
I think the energy levels seemed to be higher than Liverpool. Obviously, Liverpool had extra time midweek at Paris Saint-Germain. I was saying to Jamie off air, I was surprised that Arne Slot didn't change it against Southampton between the two Paris Saint-Germain games to freshen his squad up. They did look a bit flat, a wee bit tired today, Liverpool. But I just don't want to talk anything else than the Newcastle, the levels they performed. I mean, Joe Linton was all over the park, covered every blade of grass, and he was celebrating tackles like he was scoring goals at times, and that lifted the fans. And I don't know, Mark, you can't say anything negative with this Newcastle team. I mean, to see the engraver on the trophy do that was just something special as well.
And as you can see, they've changed their shirts. They have winners 25 shirts on as they go up those steps. Peter Drury.
With decades for this situation, even the club photographer Serena's just jumped in there at the end. They've seen a lot of hurt over the years, and they're going to enjoy this day, this moment, and that man in the picture. I can't speak highly enough of the job Eddie Howe's done. It's just such a special day for the club, really.
Shay, do you think he'll enjoy the moment more than Jason Tindall?
Well, we've not seen shots of Jason yet. He's probably got his... Oh, there he is.
He, in amongst all this emotion, tactically Eddie Howe got it spot on today, and especially with set-piece routines as well. Taking all the emotion out of it.
Well, for a long time, I think Eddie Howe's been the best manager in the Premier League at set pieces. Even going back to his Bournemouth days, he always had something up his sleeve. And listen, rightly, this guy was man of the match. I mean, what a week he's had. Absolutely delighted for him. And here, you know what? When you think about it, an example to every player, not at the top level, up and down the leagues. You think of the journey that man's been on. Man of the match in a major cup final, and also got that England call up, and I'm really pleased for him.
Eddie Howe has put an earpiece in, so I'm hoping that he's going to be able to hear us in amongst the cacophony of noise. You can't hear me, can you?
Just about.
Just about.
I've got you.
Emotions? Can you put it into words?
Very, very emotional. I've been emotional all day, to be honest, which is very unlike me, sort of around the game day. But we just knew what was at stake today for all the people here, all the people back in Newcastle. We just wanted to do them proud. We were desperate to try and win the trophy after all the years of hurt, and I'm so pleased, not just with the result, but the performance. I thought we deserved the win today.
We've talked a few times during this Carabao Cup campaign Did it feel different this time? We talked about it feeling very business-like after the semi-final win. You changed a few things coming into the final. Did it have a different feel around it to 2 years ago?
It did have a different feel. As I said, it was less emotional, even though I could sense the players were where they needed to be. But it's always dictated by the pitch, the result and the performance, because your perception of what goes on before changes afterwards, if that makes sense. So we've won the game and everything will be reviewed positively, but I did think the preparation was really good. I was very confident the players would perform today.
They will have loads of questions for you. Just before they do, when the Liverpool goal was given and there was still 5 or 6 minutes to go, what is going on in your head? Because you still have to remain cool and calm, but the nerves among Shea and Les and your fans, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, sort of going through my head was loads of different things. Extra time, because any sub you make then carries on. But we always make it difficult for ourselves. It was never going to be a 2-0. You're not comfortable, but relatively comfortable. So when the goal went in, I thought it was a handball. I couldn't understand how it was given, but there you go.
I said before the break, there's a statue of Bobby Robson at the stadium. I think there'll be a statue of you soon after today. I mean, just what you've done for the people in Newcastle, the hurt all those years. I mean, I was there long enough. The pain they've been through, it's just quite emotional talking about when you see their faces today and how they're dug behind you, I suppose.
Yeah, we were well aware of the history, and we wanted to do the football club proud today. We desperately wanted to perform. We desperately wanted to win. We wanted to score. And it's been so long even since we've scored at Wembley. So all those things, we're trying to break new ground, and I think hopefully this is a turning point for us. I thought we were magnificent today, showed what we are truly capable of.
And you've always been fantastic at set piece from your Bournemouth days. Today, a big detail in the match was the corners, and obviously Dan Burn with McAllister. Was that something that you felt or sensed and obviously worked on, the way you could get some success today?
It's funny with set plays. We've worked consistently on certain set plays for 2 weeks in preparation for this game. And sometimes they come off and sometimes they don't, but when if you'd seen us in practice, you'd go, they've got no chance.
Well, I saw the first one you tried to play short, made a mess of that one, but the rest of them, you were playing them into Dan Burke, and he was huge.
Dan will be the first to admit he hasn't practiced like that. I mean, when he scored it, we were like, me and Jace turned to each other, we couldn't believe it, but he was, I mean, I thought all the players were magnificent today, but in particular Dan, I thought he was an absolute colossus for us.
Eddie, where'd you go now? I mean, we know this is the start of the journey in terms of winning the trophy. Where do you want to take this team now?
I just want to enjoy it first, Les, if I can. I'm always about tomorrow. I'm the worst.
Can I just say, you ain't got to worry about that, because for the next 7 weeks you will just be enjoying. There'll just be parties in Newcastle.
I'm going to put the coaching books away for a couple of days.
Good.
That's very rare for me to say, and just try and savour it and enjoy the moment.
Eddie, I mean, looking at the game, you completely overpowered Liverpool. You were quite direct in the game. Was that a deliberate ploy, because maybe the games Liverpool have had and they have looked quite jaded of late?
Yeah, I actually thought both teams were quite direct today. We were direct, we had a game plan, but I thought they were, and I thought we dealt with that really, really well. And I think it was a typical cup tie. No one wanted to make a mistake. There wasn't a great amount of pretty football played, but I thought we were really effective in both boxes.